Good morning, Vinyl Champions. Happy Thursday. It's a beautiful morning by the Rascals. It's a beautiful morning. I wish I could do that, Dangerous Dan. I wish I could play that, but I have to be mindful and respectful of copyright laws. And plus, YouTube says, don't do that. It was wonderful. Someone reached out to me yesterday and they said, oh man, I really want to come to your coffee and vinyl chats in the mornings, but I'm always in meetings. There's a lot of virtual meetings that are happening now, and so that's really cool. But it was really neat to have them reach out. It really was. Yeah, and I had a wonderful adventure yesterday. It's warmer today. I can already feel it, but it's going to be really neat this afternoon. And I'm heading down. So I got to do some things. I do some invoices and some packing and shipping, and maybe get a virtual shopping and follow up with this and that. But I'm going to head down to the warehouse with the main objective is to bring some things that I can have for the pop culture auction, which is tomorrow night. Yay! So there we go. But I figured I'd pull some records from my top shelf this morning, a little bit, and we can just take a look at them together and just talk about them. Yeah, and I think I said something like, I don't know what I said. All right, I'm gonna sneak over here and open up my what's it called? My pop-up chat. Adventures in musical weight. So tell me, what adventures have you guys been getting into this week? And when I say guys, guys, girls, boys, boys, girls, girls, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. It's a beautiful morning. We still got some clouds, but there's a good chance it's going to burn off. Coming in this morning, it wasn't as cold as it was yesterday. That's for sure. This is a record that I've had for a while. And I say a record. This is a set, folks. I'm going to have to put this in one of my auctions, buy it nows, whatever. Yeah, but it is Atlantic Jazz, and it's their mainstream piano soul, the avant-garde introspective post-bop compilation. New Orleans, Kansas City, bebop, West Coast fusion singers. And so it's such a wonderful set. It really is. I see Music Chatter is here. Good morning, Music Chatter. It is free. It was colder yesterday, I'll tell you that. But I often ask myself, why hasn't this sold? This is factory sealed, folks. I'm gonna pull another one or two out. Let's take a look at them individually. Come on. There we go. So we got this nice box. When I was teaching art, I would teach adults too. I would teach children and adults, how can we make little boxes to put our little cool books in and teach them how to make books and stuff like that. So this is awesome. It really is. Okay, let's take a look at the records individually. And hopefully this isn't boring to anybody. I love jazz just as much as everybody else. There we go. West Coast. Just incredible musicians on here. Jimmy Gruff, Red Mitchell, Shelly Manne. I love me some Shelley. I'm getting sleep, Brian. I'm getting sleep. You're not getting sleep. Yeah, I'm getting sleep. I'm getting sleep. One night I got like 10 hours. It was amazing. So this is West Coast stuff, which is great stuff too. This is Bebop. A Bebop lady, she's my baby. It's got Coltrane, Milt Jackson, Sonny Stitt, Thelonious Monk, Dizzy, Max Roach. How about you, Mr. Music Chatter? Are you getting some sleep these days? I love the illustrations on these. This is Kansas City. Yeah. Charlie Parker, Joe Turner, T-Bone Walker, and some names I'm not always familiar with, but I just love the drawings on here. Right on, right on, right on, right on. This is New Orleans. Yeah. Bourbon Street Parade, George Lewis. I'm just calling out the names that I'm more familiar with, or yeah. All these records are sealed, folks. Factory sealed, never been opened. A little bit, but I keep forgetting what day it is. I keep forgetting you're not in love with me. Speaking of which, folks, Michael McDonald did a Tiny Desk concert. He did it from his studio, uploaded on the channel. It's tough times, folks. It was a tough time for Michael McDonald. I love Michael McDonald. Hey, good morning, Carol. Good morning. How are you? Thanks for tuning in. Good to see you this morning. I'm going to say cheers to Carol. Cheers, Carol. Cheers, Music Chatter. Cheers, Dangerous Dan. Cheers, Jerry Stone. We were talking about sleep. I almost said Jerry Sleep. I was actually, years ago, there was a guy, Jerry Sleep. He played in the band I was in. And sucks to you. And we used to say the sleeper. It was fun. All right. Let's see, did I do this one? Introspection. Introspection. Yeah, introspection. I like that word. Love these illustrations. I got to figure out who did these illustrations. Gary Burton, Keith Jarrett. I love Gary Burton. He did some wonderful job. He did some wonderful vibes. Herbie Hancock, Charles Lloyd, Chick Corea, Joe Chambers, Ron Carter, Hugo Santa Maria, excuse me. Yeah, there we go. Well, let's see what Dangerous Dan had to say. He's dangerous. When that set hit the market. Good morning. Cheers. Oh, Brian's drinking beer already this morning. When did this hit the market? 1986. When did it hit my market? We've had a couple years, folks. It's got some shelf damage. I wonder if this came factory shrunk around here. But you can't help but wonder how in the world did this remain like it is? Yeah, so that's interesting. This is Fusion. Les McCann. Joe Henderson, Herbie Hancock, John McLaughlin. Yeah, it just goes on and on and on. Ralph McDonald, Billy Cobham, Tommy Bolin. Does anybody remember Tommy Bolin or familiar with Tommy Bolin? I have to be careful not to say remember. Is anybody familiar with Tommy Boylan? He did some rock and roll stuff. Jan Hammer, Miami Vice guy. Alphonse Monzon, Passport. Yeah. Jean-Luc Ponty. I could play violin. Fusion. Love the illustration. I want to know more about the artist, the one who drew these illustrations. Yeah. Anyway, so talk to me, folks. What's been happening with you? How's your musical adventures? I had a busy day yesterday. Went to Wake Forest, made some deliveries. Went to the post office. I was on an auction with Tiffany yesterday. I did a Facebook Buy It Now Sell live. Yeah, just a lot of stuff. I have to remember this is Atlantic Records. This is piano. Let's see who's on here. We got the night. Earl Garner. Mary Lou Williams. Kenny Clark. Ray Charles. Thelonious Monk. Art Blakey. Johnny Griffin. Herbie Mann. McCoy Tyner. We lost him a few weeks ago. He was a wonderful pianist. Yeah. It just goes on and on and on. So there's a guy, Joe. He was in the band Weather Report, but he did stuff before Weather Report. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I'll spell it for you. Zawinul. Zolinu. Xanadu? No, Zonanu. Junior Mance. Of course, Herbie Hancock, Ron Carter, Billy Cogburn, Keith Jarrett, Dave Brubeck, Paul Desmond. Yeah, plus Ahmed Jamal. Plus a lot of names I just don't know. But I just love this illustration. Anyway, I'm going to go through here a little faster. This is the soul. And so it's still jazz related. Ray Charles, Herbie Mann, Stanley Turrentine, Shirley Scott, Nat Adderley, probably his brothers on here. King Curtis. I love me some King Curtis. Hey, good morning, Michael. King Curtis. Love, 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 love. Of course, Leroy Vinegar. Oh my gosh. This is one thing if you cats could do today. Oh boy, Leroy Vinegar. Leroy Vinegar was an incredible bassist. Hey, good morning, Misha. How are you? Thank you for stopping by. And I don't know, you were on doing an auction last night. It was on Tiffany's channel, Carol, and it's okay. We're all reaching out together, and sometimes YouTube notifications just don't come up. And, with that said, I'm going to tell you what's happening with me this week with YouTube and Facebook. Today's Thursday, most likely sometime this evening, I'm going to go live, Facebook, YouTube, and offer some records. And then tomorrow evening, late afternoon, evening, I'm going to go live and do a pop culture DVD vinyl auction. And I'm going to have guests. I'm going to have Lisa with me, and I'm going to have Tiffany with me, and we're going to kind of do the round robin, and we're going to offer some stuff. Give it a try on my channel with some pop culture stuff. And I'm heading to my warehouse this morning. To what am I going to do? I'm going to look for some cool pop culture things. I know a little more about what Jerry likes, so hopefully I'll find some cool things there. I'm going to get through this really quick right here. This is a singer, so we have wonderful singers. I'm not going to call out very many names, but just to highlight a few names. Laverne Baker, Ray Charles, Betty Carter, Chris Connor. Awesome. I hope I get the notifications that have. Yeah, we Aretha Franklin, Manhattan Transfer, Sarah Vaughan, Peggy Lee. That's another thing, folks. I don't visit Peggy Lee's much at all. Yeah, that is so true. Hopefully I'll get, yeah. Notifications has been difficult, so we're all just trying to reach out as best we can. I'm trying to let people on my Instagram and Facebook know I'm going to be going live at a certain time. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, Michael. We're looking at this box that I have. Mainstream soul, avant-garde, introspection, post-bop, New Orleans, Kansas City, bebop, West Coast fusion singers, and then the box. The outer sleeve is open, but all the vinyl is still factory sealed. I'm going through some of my top shelf stuff, just kind of seeing what's in here. I got to familiarize myself with it anyway. So this afternoon, can't sell if you're not notifying. That is very difficult. Yeah, we're trying hard. This afternoon, Misha, this evening, most likely I'm going to go live and have more records to go through and show people and things like that. It's going to be a buy it now. It's not going to be an auction for me. And I'm going to do my best to put it on Instagram and Facebook, so as well as do a notification here and try to do it in advance of bam. And so with that said, Facebook, Instagram, Record Crate, please feel free to follow, and hopefully that will help with more notifications and things like that. Oh yeah, McCoy Tyner, he is so incredible. Thank you so much. Good morning. First time catching you live. Well, thank you, Flippin' Hustler. Thank you so much for being with us. Yeah. 3 more records to show from here. This is Post Bop. Just a couple highlights. Teddy Charles, Freddie Hubbard, Gil Evans, Post Bop. And mainstream will have people like Woody Herman, Art Farmer, Duke Ellington, Modern Jazz Quartet, which I love listening to some Modern Jazz Quartet. And then there's Stephanie Grappelli. Yeah. David Fathead Newman, he plays a killer piano too. And this is the last one from the set. It's the Avant-Garde. This will be the one that if I were to sell one record from this whole set, this will be the first one that would sell. And here I am, folks. I'm talking like it's 3 weeks ago. My doors are closed. Nobody's coming in here. But I'm going to be like my grandparents. Just talk about it was like it was in the day. But anyway, sorry. Roland Kirk. We're not related. Charles Mingus. But I think I'm related to Carol Osborne. I think we're distantly related. Ornette Coleman. Don Cherry. There's a record store day, Don Cherry. In the Art Ensemble of Chicago. So there you go, folks. You've seen all the records that's part of this set. All the jackets. Not all the jackets, but most of the jackets are gatefolds. Oh yeah. Yeah. Good morning, Todd. Are you Flippin' Hustler? Is that Todd? Yeah. Pretty cool. I gotta make sure I'm sub to Flippin' Hustle. Yeah. The Flippin' Hustler. I'm not gonna look it up now. Can't blog my channel anymore. I wish I was playing music, but this morning my computer was like, I got here early, and my computer was like, wake me up. See if I can. Yeah. I don't want to interrupt the stream at all. Yeah. It's $55, Jerry. It's $55 and all of the individual. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Misha. I appreciate that. Yeah. It's $55, Jerry. This is open, but all the other ones are sealed. Yeah. Interesting box, that's for sure. Yeah. Since I have it in my hand, I'm gonna go ahead and put these in the jacket. Yeah. It's so great for you guys to join me. I hope you guys are enjoying your coffee this morning. And there we go. But it's quite a massive set. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, yeah. Wow. Yeah. So Michael is sold as a set, and the individual records are part of this set. Michael being funny, I think. But anyway, that's cool. I'm gonna show you some more things from my top shelf as we talk. Let's talk though. I'd rather talk than show records. But yeah, the Embers, just for the birds. Embers is a Raleigh band. I'm in Raleigh, and yeah, a lot of people are very proud of our Embers. Dum, 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 dum. Black coffee. Black coffee in bed. Wonderful. That's awesome. That is awesome. You should order some records. Yes. And I hope you enjoy them. I really do. Let me know. This is an original Africa. It's the single. It's die cast. It's never been opened. It's sealed. Isn't that neat? Squeeze, absolutely. Yeah, but this is just so neat. I use these little library sleeves to put special things in like this. 1, so they won't get damaged, and 2, so they can be presented, and 3, I've never been crazy about the poly sleeves that pictures disc have come in. Am I a fan of Flatt & Scruggs? Oh yeah. People love some Flatt & Scruggs. It all started with the Beverly Hillbillies and it just kind of grew from there. These well-mannered people that were from the same place. Yes. Black coffee in bed. Yes. Actually, they live right down the street where I grew up. Yeah. It was shot in California, folks. But that was funny. When I was a kid, I would watch Andy Griffith. I'm like, I don't see any trees like that around here. And they were out there, and with those crazy evergreens with the long branches and it very full, and they were huge. And I remember asking my parents, I was like, where are trees like this? And then, anyway, it was fun. But Barney did go to the YMCA. Actually, the YMCA that Barney went to on the TV show is about a mile that way. Yeah, absolutely. Of course, it's closed now. Closing the fact that exercise facilities and gymnasiums and pools and stuff like that's closed. Aunt B, absolutely. She was as sweet as she can be. Frances Bouvier, I think, after she she lived in Siler City. I've never driven by her house, but she lived in Siler City. And I should drive by her house someday just to say I drove by her house. Yeah, that'd be great. But anyway, Aunt B. And Claire. All those cool people on there. I liked it when Barney had that girlfriend. She went, Bernie. That was funny. Anyway, Aunt B, Andy Griffith. But Andy Griffith, I get his records in from time to time. What it was football was kind of like a popular comic story narrative. Anyway, Andy Griffith. There you go. This is not only is this a cool record, it's mono, but it's the Rolling Stones, a 12x5. This one's pressed in Venezuela, and so that was kind of neat. I got mad at Aunt B on that episode where she didn't appreciate her jars Andy got for her for her birthday. I don't know that one, but that's crazy. They were funny, that's for sure. The Ramones, Rock and Roll High School. Yeah. This is a laser disc, folks. You know, it's so true. Barney did go to the YMCA, and he said he can see the Capitol. Well, actually, Flippin' Hustler, are you in Raleigh by chance? If you are, we can talk a little differently. But anyway, if you were at the YMCA, straight down Hillsborough Street is the Capitol building. Could you look out the window and see the Capitol building? No. Could you go to the sidewalk? It's stretching it. But it is straight down the street. So it makes for good television and good for stories, but yeah, it's really neat. But anyway, that's always the fun thing. This is a wonderful record. Brian Eno, Music for Films. I forgot I had it over there in this box. Yeah. I just love me some Brian Eno. That's for sure. This is autographed. So this is by the Japanese, I'll say noise band, but it's a avant-garde, maybe avant-garde classical. YMCA was right. So this is the Taj Mahal Travelers, July 15th, 1972. It's autographed, but I cannot confirm or deny that it's the real thing. But I can confirm that I'm holding this record in my hand. There we can go. The Yellow Dog Blues, Minnesota. That's very cool. This is Don EWELL Quartet. This is one of the Analog Productions pressings. And it's on red vinyl. Analog Productions is incredible, folks. You know, Analog Productions, MoFi, all those cool cats doing all these wonderful audiophile pressings using the best vinyl that's available at the time. Oh gosh, Howard Sprott. Howard? Oh my gosh, his bow tie. I can't remember what was his profession. He had a shop. He wasn't, I think Emmett. Here we are talking about Andy Griffith. Emmett was he did the television repairman. I think Emmett was television. What was Howard's job? Was he an accountant? Anyway, you're right, Michael. He did do the cool thing of dressing to the nines. Yeah. Let's take a look at this one. Just talking about it. Maria Sessions, the legendary Pink Dots. I need to spend some time with this record. The legendary Pink Dots, band that I've heard about for years and years and years and years, but just never, I've had a few of those, but I don't think I ever had an official one. There's a lot of records that I can make a list of. Do these really exist? And you read these stories, is it urban legend or is it really true, or is it? You read these urban legends about Prince's Black Album, and I don't know, folks. It's just like the David Bowie record, Diamond Dogs, that shows the graphic with the actual. You can tell us a male dog. Did that ever exist? And I kind of think that the Mamas and the Papas bathroom cover that shows the urinal exists, but yeah. One thing I really wish would exist that would come in my life is a mono pressing of Days of Future. What's the record by the Moody Blues that's got Nights in White Sound. Is it Days of Futures Past? I really want a mono pressing of that. Sure, I could go online and I could, but I really want one to pop in or trade or something like that. I like that. Folks, I just love me some Thompson Twins. I found that in the bins yesterday and I was like, I better listen to that. I really want to. But yeah. What about you, Flippin' Hustler? Do you have Prince's Black Album? And Michael Elliott, you might be able to share some information on that. Wait a minute, you're in Minnesota, Flippin' Hustler. Are you near Embryo? Is it Embryo Records? Was that Prince's shop? Embryo? I think so, Embryo. Yeah. This is the Beach Boys Surfing USA. This is an original copy, folks. This is really neat. For one thing, I love the inner sleeve. It's the Capitol inner sleeve. And it's just awesome. And then it's Capitol Rainbow. It's nice. It's nice. These old pressings sound so good. It's funny because one day I got a record in by the Beatles, and it was on Capitol, and it looked like it got ran over by a Toyota Camry. But you played that thing, you're like, makes no sense. Hey, good morning. Good morning, Ron. How are you? Ron was at my Facebook bite now last night. Good to see you again, Ron. Back in 1988, we're talking about the Prince Black Album. It was the Holy Grail. Yeah. Howard Sprague was our insurance guy. Oh my gosh. And sometimes watching Andy Griffith is like watching The Twilight Zone, I think. It's funny. From your horizon, East Coast girls are hip. They are. And it's funny watching the town and the cars and it's, yeah. Oh, you have a bootleg on cassette. I'm going to dig the legendary Peacock. Yay! Can't wait. It's right here, Michael. It's right here in my pile to listen to. I do dig this, Michael. This is the Strawberry Alarm Clock. It changes. Oh, yeah. Dangerous Dan. Yeah, Dangerous Dan. I think Dangerous Dan knows somebody in this band. Or should I say knew someone who's no longer with us? But this one's cool. It's got the shrink on it. Yeah. It's on the Vacation label. Yeah. You're 350 miles from. Okay, great. You found your cassette of Stone Roses. Hey, I don't know him well, but I know Matt down in Wilmington at Gravity Records, and he's been posting some killer cassettes. He has. Oh, yeah. You know, I've heard it before. Of course, I've had it, so I've played it and listened to it. And yes, I'll be right there, Dangerous Dan. Folks, there's people like myself that discovered Prince on the radio, and you go to the back catalog, and you're like, cool. And you go to forward catalog, you're cool. But there's a lot of Prince that I'm just like, it's just so much funk jamming that I just can't get into it. And I do appreciate it. Very talented and had an incredible catalog, an incredible library of music that he never put out there. But a lot of his records have some really good songs, and I thought they were curated very well. I have no idea the process of that, and the label says no way. But you know, the label picked. I have no idea. But that's a different story. Yes, Ed King. There you go. Yeah. I'm still trying to get Dangerous Dan up here one day so we can talk. And you found the Fountains of Wayne. Yeah. I really like that thing you do. I really do. And I appreciate Fountains of Wayne. I appreciate those cats. They're very talented. But I never got into their music. And when I learned that he had died, Adam, that is, from Fountains of Wayne, I went looking for CDs or cassettes or vinyl, so I could blog things for the tunes, but I don't have anything. Um, I have that thing you do on DVD, and I'll probably try to watch it soon. I always enjoyed that movie. Never thinking of a Beatles connection. I just thought about this really cool electronics store, appliance store, and this guy. This little story. Yeah, so it was just a good story. Strawberry Alarm Clock is one of the foundations of psychedelic rock. Absolutely. To hear that song, I Had Too Much to Dream last night, is really cool. And I'm careful not to listen to it too often, but it was, yeah, super nice dude. That's awesome. That is awesome. Yeah. This is Steve Hillage. Adam hung out with my friends after the show they played here a few years ago, and he was so nice. That's cool. So good to hear. I didn't realize they were still playing. So I have two original copies of this, folks. One is a gatefold, and one is it's not. So if I understand, the gatefold was 73, and the reissue, which this is the reissue. No, I beg your pardon. This is the gatefold. So this is 73. You know, it's interesting. I'm not going to say it's a Fleetwood Mac record. It's not, but it's definitely an interesting sounding thing. Yeah. I think it was Tom Hanyata that says the next 10 years are going to be very difficult for our musical friends as they age and things like that. Yeah, there's a lot of cool music people out there, and so I mean, I'm going to just show you Tyler McCoy as an example. McCoy Tyner, he was very old, and we lost him. Adam was not old, and we lost him. This is good soul funk, Arthur Adams. When this came in as a buyback, I was like, that's got to be blues. But it's on the fantasy label. I was like, well, now it's got me questioning. So I went and played it. Homebrew by Arthur Adams. Folks, do yourself a favor and listen to this today. I'm sure it's on YouTube. Yeah, I really love it. This is a record that Chris Stamey was involved in. Chris Stamey was DBs, I think so. It's not that this is super desirable, super hard to come by, or super rare. It's just because of the Chris Stamey connection and him being somewhat local, regional. The Parsons Redheads. The Parsons Redheads is the album. Yeah. Let's see what Michael has to say. Michael says, I'm a solid solid listener of Lindsey Buckingham. Absolutely. Talented cat. Play the guitar funny, though, with his right hand. It's okay, though. So his technique was very interesting. Michael, when we were chatting yesterday, you were on the way to Whole Foods. How did that go? How was your experience with your grocery shopping? Did you get some cool things? Did you hang out with some cool people, get some friendly good mornings and smiles? Yeah. Never took a lesson. That's so cool. You can make it sing, though. This is Long John Baldry. Way more famous in the UK than here. This one's kind of cool. I like having this one around. It says, check this out. Well, somebody reversed it. They're thinking but the vinyl's in poor condition. But this was a library record. You could go to the library and check it out. And so everybody thinks they want to buy it because it's a desirable record, but this is so much fun. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it was reinforced with tape on the edges. It's not masking tape, but it's a type of tape that bookbinders and book repairers would use. And then you bring it to the counter, and they would stamp here the date that it's returned, and they would stamp here, and I think this stays at the library, and then you take this home, then you return it. I've heard people talk about that, checking out records at the library. Yeah, Michael went to Whole Foods yesterday, and okay, good. You don't want to go out. Well, be careful. Be careful coming back, though. Be careful coming back. We all are very protective of everyone, that's for sure. That's why I always say do something nice for somebody, even if an elderly person, even if it's just putting something on their porch, patio, or doorstep, and ringing the bell and stepping back and say, hey, that's for you. Enjoy. See you later. Bye. Let me know if you need anything about it. So this is really, of course, it's a good record. But, yeah. This is Ravi Shankar. This is an original. It's mono. It's on the Columbia label. 1958, folks. I wonder if the young George Harrison had discovered the music of Ravi Shankar in 1958. Yeah. I haven't even read. I don't even know how they connected. Yeah. When you hold this record in your hand, it's unlike holding a new pressing that's 180 or 220 or I would say it's probably 150, 160 grams, but just the way you hold it. Of course, perhaps the vinyl was different. The pellets were different then, but you feel like you're really holding something special. The way that it feels, the way that, it's just like getting in a car from the 50s, and they sit differently. You look out the window differently. The dash is different. Lots of space in there, but I feel like you're doing something. And of course, the metal, you just kind of feel like I'm in a metal machine, versus in the 60s and into the 70s when cars started getting a lot of plastic. Yeah. So there you go. And you can still see the perforation right here, but somebody most likely cut it at the top or something. Maybe they just took scissors and went, but you still can see the perforation right here. So when this record was new, it never came in shrink. Well, hi, Dibs. How are you? Dibs over on Facebook. Give me a second. I'll highlight it for everybody to see. Hey, good morning, Dibs. I gloved and masked up. Yeah. That's smart, Michael. Good morning, Dibs. Keep Ravi Shankar for me. Okay, I'll put that in your pile, sir. Would you like to know the price first? Let's see. I know, Adam. That's why I love vintage in general. It's so true. Now, I will say there's a lot of junk vintage out there, but there's a lot of vintage that has held up well over time. Good morning. Thanks for joining us. Yeah. So let's see. I'm going to ask Dibs and Todd as well as Michael. Is it getting warmer for you guys up there? Are you guys seeing some spring come into play for you? I did a curbside yesterday in Wake Forest, and the guy says you got to drive down Main Street and blah blah blah. So I do want to go up to Wake Forest this week and again and bring back some more records. And I want to go down that corridor where he's talking about and maybe video record it. in the Garden of Eden, baby. It's the sound of India mono, right? The sounds, yes, sir. It's the sounds of India, and it is mono. It's the first edition. Gosh, it's amazing. I can't keep everything, folks. I cannot keep everything. I'm sorry. This is what. So he's on Facebook. You guys on YouTube might not be able to see that. Dips, do you have a YouTube account? Hey, good morning, Donald. Well, I was just speaking of Donald. I was telling you about that corridor in Wake Forest on north Main Street. So, oh, I'm gonna check the weather. I'm hoping that it's gonna be beautiful on Friday, and the fact that beautiful as in okay, 69 degrees. Okay, I won't be able to pop the top there, but next week our temperatures are going up. Yeah. So yeah, I can still go out there and wash my windows in my car and do a video recording of that corridor. I've seen it in the past, but absolutely. Same time on Office. Same time on Office. We'll move there. Okay, good. It's no biggie, but hey, fun to watch. I'm heading to the basement to get to work. Have a safe and productive day. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a safe day and a productive day as well. Do something nice to an elderly person in your area, even if it's just dropping off a bag of goodies at the doorstep. And they're a little afraid to go out of the house. I don't blame them. He was a master of this instrument. He's on the concert for Bangladesh. I haven't seen the movie. I want to. Yeah. Hey, there we go. He's over here on the Facebook side of on the YouTube side of things. Well, thank you, sir. And I got a list of things I got to look for in Wake Forest, and I don't think it's going to be this weekend. Well, here I am thinking Saturday, Sunday. I was just thinking what employees, but you know, so I might be able to sneak down to Selma on. I'm going to try to get out there because I got a lot of records there I need to bring back and doing that. Hey, good morning, Tom. How are you? The great Tom H. We were talking about this, Tom. You may have heard us. Do we think the young George Harrison heard this record when it was released in 1958? England is much closer to India than America is to India. But this was on an American label and it was pressed in America. I don't know, but I guess Ravi, I should look into some Ravi. Hey, good morning, Jerry Fuller. How are you? And eventually, yeah. How Ravi came to be on a label like that, especially a label that was focused in America. I need to go visit Ravi Shankar's Wikipedia page. Ravi and his daughter had a great performance on the concert for George. Oh yeah. Carol made about homemade hand sanitizer. You know, when I was at the Harris Teeter last, which is one of our grocery stores, they had some beautiful aloe vera stalks. they were probably, I don't know, 18, 20 inches. And I'm thinking, that is so cool. Yeah. Other than aloe and, I can look it up, but other than aloe and alcohol, what goes in there? Hey, Jerry Fuller, how are you? If you like sitar, you will like the. Oh yeah, I do like his music. Just like Tom says, lots of great stuff from Ravi. I think George discovered him later than 58, but yeah, we may never know. We may never know, but for whatever reason, it was really cool. And I like the fact that George, 58, there was no connection with George that we're aware of, but Columbia Records, which was a huge label, brought Ravi Shankar, released a record from Ravi Shankar. And then George introduced Ravi Shankar to a popular music rock and roll world. Yeah, I don't know. It's just interesting, you know. I'm sure Ravi's career, I'm sure he became more popular after working with George and working with the Beatles. Yeah. Yeah, so there you go. And Cheerful give us a thumbs up. Thumbs up to you. Oh, he's asking people to give this chat a thumbs up. Yeah, there you go. Thank you. Then. Vitamin E and essential oils. Vitamin E oil. Very cool. I showed this record, Tom, and Dibs has requested. If Dib says, if Dib passes on it, I will definitely give you the next refusal. I gotta find this. So Dibs has asked me to put it in his pile, but Dibs never asked the price. Not only Dibs, but you. I may be keeping this record for a long time, but it is a very special record. It's a very special record. Dib says, I will keep for now. Well, Robbie played with everyone in almost every genre of music. You know, that's wonderful, Michael. And I know that Lawrence Welk, you know, tons of TV shows. It was a variety show. It was a music show. Did Lawrence Welk ever bring a sitarist into his show? I've seen lots of stuff. So this one, not Robbie. This one, Dibs, is priced. Pardon me. This one's priced $25. Yeah, and Robbie, you know, you got first refusal. I'll put in your pile if you like. If you want to pass, it's still okay with me. And then I'm just happy to have the opportunity to visit with everyone online today and talk and hang out and chat. So, yeah. He was a Jimi Hendrix of sitar. Now, the record I showed last night, which was Ravi, that guy was holding it like he was Jimi Hendrix. I mean, it was a wonderful image and the lighting and everything like that. It was just amazing. Yeah. Can't believe there's people in my building today. And the reason I say that is because water comes down and goes to a holding tank. Then it gets pumped to another holding tank, and then it gets pumped out of the building. I have no idea how this happened, folks. It happened probably in the 20s when this building was built, that for whatever reason, this was a good idea to have the drainage like that. Yeah, but anyway. I think if I'd built this building, I wouldn't have had any plumbing on the basement, and that's where I'm at, in the basement. I just had to go straight to the sewer out front of the street or whatever it's called. Yeah, but they didn't ask me, and it's too late now. Music chatter. Dip says, how's the condition of the so 58 is the VG Plus. It's great. I've listened to it. And so I priced it according to condition and desirability. Yeah. Needs a bath. Other than that, we're okay. Michael Elliott is the Jimi Hendrix of keys. All right. I'm waiting for Michael to turn on those keyboards so I can hear some music. Hey, David Kearney. Hey, the Facebook interface took me 2 minutes to post this. Came to see. I missed you yesterday. I missed seeing you, Dave, but I appreciate the no. What was in your icon? Clean, mega clean, mega clean. Yeah, David, I trust you and yours are doing well. I'm in and out here. Yes, I'm in and out here, and I'm doing a lot of Facebook and YouTube Buy It Nows. Dave, if you have a YouTube account, sneak over to YouTube and hang out with us and subscribe there, and you might be able to see more things easier. But Facebook is an interesting. I'm thankful we have Facebook. At least sometimes I am. But and so, but it behaves differently on every device. My iPad, it behaves differently. My iPhone, it behaves differently. The applications, it behaves differently. On my Mac, it behaves differently. And so I'm like, okay. Jigga Cling, glad you're still around. Thank you so much. I'm still around. I'm not able to have the shop open, but put stuff out there on the patio for people to pick up. And if the door's open, I can say, hey, cool things like that. So Jigga Cling, there we go. But hopefully you're playing a lot of vinyl, David, and cool things like that. And David, boy, we had a few beautiful days last week, and it was great to pop the top back and go riding around. Cheers, everybody. Yes, cheers, everyone. Carol was helpful with me yesterday with getting some thoughts together. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting to bring up these Facebooks so everybody can read those. Jigga Cling. Okay, I'm an analog man. Damn interwebs, what's new on the shelves? I've been putting stuff out. I've been making not only YouTube, but Facebook, Buy It Now sales and auctions. David, I thought about you. The Black Crowes, the two brothers, they went and did a Tiny Desk concert, and it's up on YouTube now. And I'm like, okay. And I don't know. I had more money if Adam was around, but thankfully he is. Thank you, Tom. I appreciate the support. And Tom, if you were local, I'll be like, I could trade meals. That's for sure. Yeah. Okay, I'm an analog man. What's new on the shelves? Yeah. Ed Sullivan had East Indian bands all the time. His Sunday evening show was like a who's who of entertainment. My family and I watched the Beatles. It was a blurred memory. I was just a kid. Wow. I don't even know if I've ever seen a complete episode of Ed Sullivan. And if it wasn't for the Beatles, I probably wouldn't know who he is. Yeah. Cheers to Top Down. Dave, we knew about Black Crowes just because they were the Black Crowes and they were here. And but I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you how it is. That's what I want to hear. The body language and the nonverbal communication is there. And knowing a little bit of the history of the two brothers, you're like, so Chris, and what's Chris's brother's name? And I know that you enjoy the Brotherhood quite a bit. And so I'm like, I need to hear from you. Supergrass, they're going to be live Saturday on Twitter. Yeah, well, that's cool. So I was doing my Facebook Buy It Now, then all of a sudden the views went down really low, and I learned that Fish was premiering their new album on. They were premiering their new album on. I think it was Instagram. Anyway, yeah. Come in, dear boy, have a cigar. Hey, James Byers, how are you? Yeah. See what this text is. It's a number I'm not familiar with, a number that's not in my contact list, and no other messages. Hey, dear, hope you're doing okay and staying safe. That's very nice for someone. Thank you. Now, who is it? Thanks. Safe as a mouse? What's the term, folks? I'm as safe as milk. What's the term? I'm safe as, I don't know. Oh, I miss my mom. She would tell me stuff like that. So that's cool. Yeah. It's the Byers. It is that Byers. It is. James, we're curious with an update of how things are with you and with the London. And yes, we are. Yeah, and we trust all is well with you, sir. Haven't you already smoked that cigarette by now? A lamb in a cage. There we go. Yeah. Cheers, James. Cheers, David. Cheers, everyone that's coming. Oh, Tom. Cheers, Tom. Do you guys? I have to check. Oh, David says we're talking about the Black Crowes on Tiny Disc concert. I'll have to check that out. I'm a bit skeptical of Chris Robinson these days. Seems to have run out of new inspiration. You know, even if he never reinvents himself, he's got a good voice. He does. And do what you do best and just do it. Yeah, okay, I'm worried. Your cousin. Okay, I heard you. Yeah. Is your cousin isolated at home? Is your cousin in the hospital? Talk to us. Yeah. Take care, David. Good to hear from you. I left your note on the door, so when I come back today, I can read it again. I mean, when I leave and come back today, I can read it again, and every time I come in, I'll be able to read it. So that's going to be very cheerful. Thank you so much. Yeah. Would you mind sharing a little bit about your cousin? Yeah. So, Michael Elliott, the comments show up on Facebook, but the Facebook comments don't show up on YouTube. Yeah. That's why I want to make sure I highlight the Facebook comments. Should it be a rule that when my cup is empty, I sign off? Should I drink slower? Should I refill it? Oh, boy. Okay. Cheers. Mm-hmm. How is life in North Carolina? Someone asked. Refill, refill, refill. Okay, thanks, Michael Elliott. I'll just drink a little slower. Your cousin is safe. Oh. Your cousin is safe. Okay. Your cousin tested positive for COV19. Okay. James is starting a couple new books this afternoon. Yeah. Tom, it is tough times. I'm trying my best to earn. I said earlier that I might start doing the nap thing so that I can get some afternoon rest and then continue on. But I'm alive. I gotta live. I gotta take care of these obligations I have, and I'm doing my best to make it happen. And as well as being a provider, I'm not able to provide for my employees right now, but at least I can provide for me, and with the hopes, with the desires that things will turn around and I can once again provide for my employees and in that. But more than anything, Tom, it's really strange to say this. I feel like I'm getting enough sleep. Absolutely. I'm always been a person that I like to go to bed as early as I can and get up as early as I can. So it's not uncommon for me to get up at 4 a.m. many days and get things done. I think Joe talks about that a lot. But there's sometimes if I'm up till 10 or 11 or midnight and I have this to do and this and that, yeah. But anyway, with that said, Tom, um, even if I wasn't getting enough sleep, the thing that bothers me the most is having people around. I miss customers coming in here and hanging out and talking and learning about this and listening to music together and say, hey, what's this about? I miss that a lot. And so my life has changed, like everyone else's life has changed. And so I'm having to do things in a different way. I quit nooner. One quick nooner every day makes a big difference, even if it's for 20 minutes. Yeah, absolutely. He was. Okay. Sure. He wasn't really ill the last couple of days, and he got taken to the. Okay, your cousin was feeling really ill the last couple of days, and he was taken to the hospital and tested positive. Positive. The safe as houses bit was answering. Oh, safe as milk, safe as houses. Okay, gotcha. So your cousin, he's in the hospital now. Wow, James. Um, yeah, I don't know what to say, James. I send bright blessings your way, and definitely write an incident for your cousin today. Um, yeah, he's in the hospital, which is a good thing, and there's so many wonderful stories of people recovering. So keep us posted, James. Keep us posted. And it's difficult for you, you know. You you're you're staying in your home, and you're locked down, and you know, to keep yourself safe. And yeah, Carol, I've been reading someone. Carol, I read about this, and I'm like, Carol, I can't find a yes or no answer. I can't find a yes or no answer. Oh boy. Mm, I can't. Yeah. Yeah. I read a little bit about that, Carol. I just don't know. I just don't know. I'm reading some sites that say this way and some say this way, and I'm like, I just don't know. I just don't know. But what I do know is that the scammers are taking advantage and calling people. Um, oh, here's one. Um, we're calling from the stimulus program, and we need to give you your $1,200. And it's okay, Carol. We know exactly what you're saying. And we want to give you your $1,200, and we need to link it to your bank account, and this and that, and this and that, and this and that. And people are falling for it, and scammers are just emptying their bank accounts. And yeah, scam, scam, scam. You know, I'm not getting as many scam calls. I usually get a lot of scam calls, and if I have time, I'll play with them. I'll play with them in a heartbeat, and they say, "What's your credit card number?" I say, "Oh, it's real easy now." And you know, if it's Visa, they usually start with a 4,000 number, and if it's Mastercard, it's a 6,000. And I'll make up a number, but the last four numbers, I'll do like I'll say it's 41 11 3, and and then they say, "Oh, what's that? What's that number?" And then I'll say, "I'll give you the whole thing." And I got it. I have a little thingy in my phone, a little note where I have the numbers written down, and I'll be like, um, and I'll start with the beginning, blah 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 blah, 41 11 3, and they just freak out, and they just freak out. Oh, and I was like, "Are you having a hard time hearing? Can you not hear me? Okay, you have bad connection. Do you need to call me back?" And then they get mad, and they get mad, and then sometimes they just say bad names to me. But as long as I can keep them on the phone, they're not targeting someone else. And so a lot of people just hang up. I hang up if I'm super busy. I got customers around. But if I can, I will waste their times in a heartbeat. I know there's some YouTube videos of scam baiters where their whole channel is about scam baiters, waiting for someone to call them. Or they leave them a number, they call them right back, and one of those side effects. Yeah, that is true, Michael. Yeah, yeah. It's entertaining. Sometimes it's a rehash of the same story, different day, different people. But yeah, my phone is blowing up, folks. Yeah. So anyway, I've gone over an hour, folks. I think I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna reach out to Jerry Fuller, see what he's doing. He might want to meet me at the warehouse and help me corral some things. Just to have something to do, folks. We're all, yeah. And so, yeah. So there we go. James, we're thinking about your cousin, sending him bright blessings. Paul should be on. If he is, I haven't got a notification, but I can go check him out for sure. I know that Bearded Picker's on. I watch Bearded Picker, but when it becomes political, I'm like, I'm out of here. And I don't have time for them to talk about politics either way, yes or nay, or this or that, or right or left. I mean, I don't care. I want to hear about reselling and what I can learn to help sustain and look forward to reopening again. And I really think the economy is going to be boom, 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 boom when we get over this crisis. Anyway, I hope to see you soon, Carol. Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for stopping by this morning. And hold on a second, Michael Elliott. It's gone, Michael. I'm glad you got the note I left on the door. A bit delusioned by Chris Robinson. His great voice agreed, but his creativity just seems to bleed off with each consecutive record. You know who I love these days? Sturgill Simpson. Amazing force to be reckoned with. His lyrical content makes John Prine looks like an infant. Billie Eilish is blowing my mind these days too. Thanks for broadcast. Miss you in the talks. I miss you too. And David Kearney, I love I do love Sturgill, absolutely. But I tell you, the thing that's been blowing me for the last few years, or blowing my mind, has been Father John Misty. And am I reacting to Father John Misty like people reacted to Bob Dylan in the 60s? I have no idea. But I am definitely enjoying him. Absolutely. Oh, hold on, Michael. Richard Dolan. Oh, absolutely. Did you get a chance to chat with him? I hope so. You're welcome. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much. Yeah. So thank you, David. I look forward to us hanging out and cool things like that. Of course, I always welcome phone calls and FaceTime and Skype and stuff like that. It's a wonderful way to share with everybody. And so that's really neat. Love you to the moon. Absolutely. Father John Misty. Hey, it may not reach you like it does me. Oh, good. You have to tell me about that, Michael. You're welcome to text me or call me or whatever you like to do. Hey, look, folks, the sun is moving, and the sun is actually on my window now. And so it hasn't been like that, for the winter. And quite frankly, my parking lot doesn't get sun. So if we ever have snow or ice, I have to wait for the ambient temperature to melt. I don't have the sun. I'll probably in a record by a mood later. Thank you, Tom. Well, hey, very good. And so that's cool. So it's so important in the summertime that I keep the windows closed so that the morning sun doesn't come in on the records. And today's the first day, folks. Does that mean something? Is today the beginning of something new? I don't know, but you actually can see the shadow on my face. I got the curtain closed right now, but that's awesome. Hey, thanks so much, everybody. Good to see everybody, and thanks for joining me with my coffee and vinyl. And I'm going to do them as much as I can every morning, at least while we go through this crisis together. And thank you so much. All right, take care, everybody. See you soon. Be safe. Do something nice to an elderly person in your neighborhood, even if it's just taking something and put on their doorstep and ringing the bell and stepping back and say, hey, just thinking about you. Let me know if you need anything. Because it is difficult for the elderly. It's the beginning of the day of the rest of our life. Yes, it is the beginning of the rest of our lives. Absolutely. All right, take care, everybody. Have a good day. I'll see you soon, and watch out for my impromptu and scheduled YouTube, Facebook Buy It Now records, as well as auctions. There you go. There he is, David, right there. Oh, he hung up. I'll call him back. All right, see ya.